Hi, this is Justin. First of all, I'd just like to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to watch these videos and read my blog posts, and especially if you're interacting with me on the various social networks. I really appreciate your time. Please do check out monumentalwords.com. That's where I keep everything together, and usually with these videos you'll find some text as well, which just gives more detail about what I'm talking about. So thank you very much. Please do follow my Facebook page, /monumentalwords. Follow my personal account on Twitter, and I also have a Monumental Words Twitter page as well. Get involved, share your views, share your own projects. At the moment, quite a few of you are listening to what I have to say, but I'd like to hear about your projects and where you are and what you're struggling with, because that's the idea. This should become a community rather than just me babbling on about my own process. So, thanks. So, a couple of thank yous first, or shout outs. First of all to Liam, who's a good friend of mine who is making his own movies. He's just got back from Thailand where he was shooting an indie film. He's writing scripts. He just loves the whole process. He had his own production company in my hometown in Jersey. That's the UK, not New Jersey. Thanks, Liam. Always great to talk to you, mate, and I appreciate your input, and I'm loving your project as well. Secondly, I'd like to thank Gino Scala from thescriptmentor.com. Some brilliant insight into log lines, and he has developed his own model, which I'm not going to share because that's his business, and that's how he makes some of his money, apart from writing scripts for TV and film. Gino, brilliant, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how you helped me develop my log line, and of course people can kind of read between the lines and see how it's evolved. So check out Gino. He's very active in the LinkedIn groups that are talking about screenwriting. Always has some insightful comments to make, and really generous with his time. Feel free, Gino, to respond to this and let us know where else you're hanging out in your sort of virtual world, because I'm probably just touching the surface. So cheers. One of the things I want to talk about is why I've decided to use Blake Snyder's principles for the basis of this project, Monumental Words. Mainly because there's quite an interesting debate, and a heated debate, on one of the LinkedIn groups. Some people feel that Save the Cat is too simplistic or even childish. And first of all, I have to say that I am very childish and very simple, and that's probably why I like the process, because it's easy to understand. But of course the counter view is, look, Blake developed Save the Cat for spec screenwriters who aren't in the business and they're trying to break into the business. And the job of following the principles is to get our script read and ultimately to sell. Once we've made movies, we can do what we like. You know, we're not Quentin Tarantino right now. We can't make the films we want to make. And we also have to decide, are we a writer or are we a filmmaker? Because if our job is just to write the best script we can and sell it, then we kind of have to stop being precious about the end movie. Our job is to write to sell. That's it. Lastly, 2 bits of advice if you're at the same stage as I am. First, read as much as you can about screenwriting. I'm using Save the Cat just as a framework, a basic framework, but I'm going to read every book I can get my hands on. I'm going to look at every single social media network, every single group or forum or discussion around screenwriting. And whilst I'll use Blake as an example, I'm also going to pull in other people's thoughts on to make the best script that I can. So get out there, get involved, join as many groups as you can, and you decide what works for you, because the way I write my script is going to be different to the way you write yours, and the books that I like and the books that I find useful, you may not. And actually, we're both right, okay? Because only you can make certain decisions about how your film's going to go, and only you know how you're going to work. All I'm doing here, I'm not trying to dictate how a screenwriter should lay out their screenplay. We just have to play the game. What we're trying to do is break into a tough business, and actually, if you sell a script, you're in the top 1% of spec screenwriters out there in this planet. That's pretty incredible, and it's pretty bad odds. We're just giving ourselves the best chance to do it. Secondly, share your work. Don't be afraid to put your ideas out there, whether it's log lines, elements of dialogue. I'm never going to put the whole script for Monumental Words on my website. That just doesn't make any sense. But I am going to share elements of the dialogue. I'm going to be open with my log lines. I'm going to share plot themes, because you have to have some feedback. If you write in a bubble and you're the only person who ever lays eyes on your script, you're reducing your chances of selling it, because there's a lot of expertise out there and a lot of insight. People like Gino are very generous with their time, so take advantage of it. Don't worry about it. Someone asked me, interesting project, I'm enjoying watching your films, but aren't you worried that someone's going to steal your idea? Hey, if they steal it, then it means it's a good idea. And if I've chronicled the development of my idea using monumental words and their social platforms, well, I can prove that it's my idea. So no, I'm not worried about it. Another question I had is, why should we listen to you? You haven't sold a film. You're a nobody. And you're right. The premise of Monumental Words is to show the journey I'm going through, provide some insight into the best thinking that I can find on how to improve my script. But look, I've been writing for 20 years, so I know I can write. I have a published book. I've sold to paying markets. But this isn't about ego. I'm confident that I can write a good story, and I'm confident that I have a good idea for a film. This is a case study. I'm nobody to lecture you on how to write a screenplay. I'm actually sharing what other people are telling me, and I'm showing you how some of their input is shaping some of my own decisions. At the end of the day, as I said earlier, you have to make the decision and you have to decide what works for you. So good luck, guys, and I'll see you in the next clip where I'm talking about genre. Cheers.